What is up, guys? My name's the Simian. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, guys, there is some tea that needs to be spilled. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the leaks that happened within the two kits, as well as console issues and the game breaking per usual, and people, concerns regarding the new gallery that's going to be coming out very soon. So, with all that being said, my thoughts and opinions will be towards the end, but as usual, you guys can always leave your comments and opinions down below. So, let's just get right into it. So, we're going to be talking about the two new kits, the Grunge Rival kit and the Book Nook kit. Both of these have actually been released thanks to Sematically, who took to Twitter to look at the new upcoming footage of what we are going to be having. So as you guys can see, these are going to be the new items that we are going to be getting with the grunge look. As you like, a lot of people were saying that it did look very similar to werewolves, and I completely agree, and I can definitely see the same aesthetic. As usual, I do feel like a lot of the kits could have been plunged into other stuff, expansion or game packs, and it's not unusual for the Sims to take inspiration from a game pack or expansion pack that already has been released and stretch it out into a kit that just adds more to it. Again, kits are just, we're over it, we need something new. And here's a look at the Book Nook kit. Now, this is something that I'm definitely not interested in, 110%. I mean, if this is your style, then go ahead and by all means. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but just nothing sparks anything unique about me. I don't know why they said 4 new unique kits when nothing is unique about any of this. So with all that being said, you can always follow my Twitter because I do express my concerns and thoughts as well over there. But I did ask you guys over on Twitter, what pack were you guys thinking of getting? And 46% of you said not interested in neither. So almost more than half of you are probably not going to be getting this. Well, of course, this is from 324 votes. It's not all 70 million players, but you know what I mean. We're also going to get into the fact that The Sims Direct actually took to Twitter saying today's update of The Sims 4 includes a number of bug fixes, including controls on PlayStation and Xbox. Now, we're going to dive deep into a couple of these updates that they ended up stating first with the console version, saying that at launch, PC and Mac Simmers noticed that the news tab isn't there on their gallery, and, newsfeed is not feeding anymore. This is temporary, and we'll be looking at bringing them back. Someone else ended up adding on to the article stating that first, based on your feedback, we have restored some previous functionality in build mode that made some additional improvements to bring consistency between game modes and what control buttons do, and this is over on console. Now, we are going to dive deep into console because console has been having a really big problem ever since the Behind the Scenes Summit update back in January, which of course we'll be diving into, and we are going to be talking a little bit more on the Sims 4 gallery maintenance a little bit later on into this video. Again, this is stating back in January 31st, where a lot of Simmers were having issues when it came down to console after the new patches were released back in February. Now, of course, this is an ongoing issue that's been happening over a couple of months, and it's going to be almost half a year of this. And I just want you guys to take a look at this footage, and this is actually by the Yorkshire Shijiro. So go ahead and take a look at this, and then I will be back in just a second.
So I go into this free cam mode, which I think is tab mode on PC, I think. So you click on that, and you're like, oh yeah, I move the camera, but now I wanna zoom in. So I press R2, which is the button that zooms in. Oh no, this has now unpaused my game. So if I wanna pause my game, I'm gonna have to zoom back out. If I wanna play my game, I'm gonna have to zoom back in. And now that means taking screenshots is almost impossible. You line up the perfect moment you want to screenshot, you just need to zoom in a little bit further. Oh no, now your game is playing and you've missed that screenshot. As a person who literally takes screenshots to post on Twitter for my stories, I can no longer do this because of this. This is ridiculous. Why would you change this?
Now, she did take to Twitter to say, to my PC players who don't understand, the shortcut on your keyboard to speed up time, pause the game is 1, 2, and 3. Now, imagine the patch today from now on said 1, 2, and 3 will switch to selected sim. You suddenly have to change everything you've learned. And this is very frustrating because, again, console has been going through it ever since January. And I can, as a, former console player myself, I can see how this could be very, very annoying. Someone else by the name of Bam said, stop changing our controls we've been using for years. Nobody asked for our build controls to be changed, and I can assure you not once since this happened. While discussing controls, did anyone ask for this? You are ruining The Sims 4, and tagged Sim Guru Nick. And for those who don't know, he is actually a quality designer on The Sims 4 live operations team, where you talk about any bugs you're experiencing. Now, this problem was a huge issue as the tweets continued with the name Heaven saying this is not the change us console players needed or wanted at all. And again, this continued on by Moxie saying, please at The Sims at the Direct, consider working with Jody and other console players with the controls. Today today's changes aren't what we need. And someone by the name of Liana said, hi, at The Sims, I would really encourage you to run some design thinking sessions with actual console players to find out what they actually need or want within their controls. Now, Leah Simmer has been a very big advocate with the Sims 4 console, who is also throwing a petition, so I'm going to be linking that down below as usual. And you guys can also follow the console group for any of those who are having trouble and want to talk and experience, things similarly to everyone who is playing with console. Again, I'll link everything down below. And the Yorkie Shajiro actually took to Twitter to announcing that the Answers EHQ has the Sims 4 on console feedback thread. Now, as you guys can see, the community manager did end up writing back saying, Sulsul, this thread is intended to gather any feedback you have for the Sims 4 that specifically relates to console versions of the game. And if you continue on, a lot of people have been expressing their, concerns regarding the new update. And as you guys can see, people have been going through it. And the Sims community manager actually responded to somebody saying, thank you. Would you mind also filling out a report here? For this one, it sounds like a bug. If we can gather other examples of this happening, I can flag it to the right people for investigation. So I truly do hope that this does get settled, and maybe it is just a bug. Hopefully this does get fixed within the next couple of days, or knowing the Sims 4, it might be weeks, it might be months. We might be seeing the patch update coming out in November, but as usual, what do we expect from The Sims 4? Again, you keep your bar low and you won't be disappointed. The Sims 4 there's always a problem within The Sims 4, and I'm going to get into this a little bit towards my thoughts and opinions at the end, but I just want to, reiterate that, saying that some of y'all keep saying that I'm being negative, but every update, there's always a problem, every single one, and the benefit of the doubt bar has passed with me, y'all. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm holding everyone involved in The Sims 4 franchise accountable for what's being released. So with that being said, we're also going to dive into the new gallery that's actually going on with The Sims 4, taking the Sims Direct taken to Twitter, stating that this extended maintenance is part of an innovative to bring additional flexibility and future features. Someone else by the name of Mel said, I appreciate being told why it's down, but saying extended maintenance without telling us how long it's extended isn't fooling anyone. Just tell us you don't know. Someone else by the name of Deck said, I like that the Sims are fixing the gallery because it has been needing a refresh, but damn, it's either for the time being your Sims build you want to use needs to be in your library. You make another one, or you wait until who knows when for the gallery. And someone else took to Twitter to state that the extended maintenance is part of an innovative, we have to move the gallery to a new backend system and services which will bring it with additional flexibility and future updates. Now, with that being said, I don't think we're going to be seeing that anytime soon, but many Simmers are worried that this problem is not going to get fixed, considering that there has been a lot of auto clickers within The Sims 4 and the gallery, and people are trying to make sure that this does get fixed. Now, this is back in 2020 where people first released this issue, stating that people are basically cheating their way through numbers through the gallery. I never thought it was that serious to begin with, but again, I'm not a builder who constantly puts their stuff on the gallery, so I wouldn't know any of this. But to my builders out there, please comment down below, have any of you guys experienced this, where people have been just basically auto clicking on their own work to move forward in the gallery and cheating their way through the system. Now, again, a lot of people are stating their concerns with regarding the gallery, and we're going to move on to the very next topic. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts and opinions. Now, with this going on, a Simmer by the name of Fable Simmer actually took to Twitter to say, okay, at The Sims, this is ludicrous. At this point, y'all keep adding Creative Sim and kits and other packs and then expect us to keep scrolling down? Come on, at least add a third column. And as you guys can see, the picture is attached. We do only have 2 columns within The Sims 4, and that is ridiculous when it comes down to Creative Sim, because when I tell you that the bar is getting way too long to be scrolling through, now although there is a mod for this, in which you guys can see down below, I'm going to actually link this for you guys for those who are interested. With The Sims 4 consistently adding more than 60 plus DLCs to The Sims 4 franchise, again, it's getting to the point where another column just needs to be added in general. I don't understand why they didn't do this to begin with, knowing that there is over 60 plus DLC, but again, you guys can always let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and opinions regarding that whole situation. Now, with The Sims 4's update, of course, as usual, there is always a problem when it comes down to an update. Like, again, I wouldn't be opposed to The Sims 4 not releasing another roadmap this time and work solely on fixing the game. All of the DLCs doesn't matter if people can't access their game, which we're going to get into a few tweets right now regarding the latest patch. Someone by the name of Manny said, LOL, every time it's something new with EA. Every time. I can't do anything but laugh. And as you guys can see, every single one of the worlds is locked, even though this user has paid for these worlds to be accessible. It just doesn't make sense. Someone else by the name of Toxic said, The Sims team, washers and dryers are now more reliable. Mine. again. Broken twice and set a sim on fire. Again, it's always an issue. Someone else by the name of Atlas said, "Hi anyone, I updated my hashtag Sims and it's glitching really bad. Is there any reason why? I don't have any broken C, but I'm not sure." And as you guys can see, the traits and aspirations section is unfortunately glitching out. Now, again, this is a reoccurring issue and it's just way too consistent for me. Someone else by the name of Bring It In said, "My Sims are broken and now I can't even load my game in. I am so frustrated." Like I said, guys, the consistency within The Sims 4, whenever they release a patch, it's too much. They need to get it together. But again, I'm going to express my thoughts and opinions in just a second. I did head over to any of the Sim Gurus, and only Sim Guru Nova was actually replying back to someone. So, by the name of Henford Hen, actually took to Twitter saying, "At this point, I'd give anything for The Sims to release a kit with new hairs," and tagged at Sim Guru Nova, "Can you please pass this idea along?" And the Sim Guru Nova actually tweeted back saying yes with a smiling emoji. So maybe we will see new kits coming along when it comes down to new hairs. Now, with all that being said, again, The Sims 4 is actually just straight up, just as usual, just very, very frustrating. It's like, I want to love the franchise. I really, really do. I am a simmer at the end of the day. I've been playing Sims for a very, very, very long time, and I do feel like the bar has just been so low. It's to the point where it's like, I want to love it, guys. Do not get me wrong. I want to love The Sims, but I feel like they need to change something. And the transparency is not working. The Sims Direct, it's not working. The EA, do this, it's not working. I would be very satisfied if they sat down on live and answered questions, hard questions, the questions that they don't want to answer and that they beat around the bush to. I'm not talking about the ones that have to do with pack speculations where they're, trying to distract people from actually focusing on what's actually happening within the game. I'm talking about the real questions that they do not want to answer. Whether that needs to be Lindsay Pearson or the CEO of EA, somebody needs to sit down and be transparent, because we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's a very continuous act that they keep on playing, and we are done. Okay, we are ready to say end the credit scene now. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, because it truly does help out my channel. Again, we are on the road to 20K, and I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.